I have decided that I am going to remove my content from YouTube because people have a problem with me sharing my feelings, being upset that my daughter lost all of her friends, was ostracized because of the actions of her mother's illness and her mother. The fact that I was mistreated for no damn reason whatsoever. Um, it's not about me being a victim. This channel in itself is actually a log of her progress in getting better. And she has gotten a lot better. She even goes out of the house on her own now, which is something she couldn't do a year ago. Um, I'll move out for you guys too if it makes you happy. I mean, you can think of me whatever you want. When it comes down to everything, like I've told her therapists, I am more concerned with her progress and her development and the progress and development of our family so we can recover from all the damage done. It doesn't really matter what I say. You people are going to twist and contort all the things I say into whatever you want. When somebody does something against your will, without your knowledge, that right there makes you a victim. When somebody lies to your face about doing something that they're not supposed to be doing, you kind of are a victim. My daughter is a victim. My daughter lost every single friend she ever had. She was excluded from everything in school. She was bullied. She was picked on. My biggest concern is that Ruth gets some of these problems under control, and so have many other people. I'm not going to go into the details as of the organizations that have been involved with our family, but there have been quite a few that worry about Ruth's mental state and physical state. She's not just mentally ill, she's physically disabled. She needs help showering sometimes or getting dressed, things of that nature. Again, it won't matter what I say. I am a liar. I am the bad guy, and I'm used to that. I spent 10 years in a relationship, not 5, not 2, not 1, not 6 months. I spent 10 years in a relationship, had a child with somebody who needed help and they never asked. In 2010, it was recommended that she go to see somebody. No go. She didn't want to do it either. I don't make her decisions for her. I simply enforce any kind of boundaries or particular rules that she wants enforced. I did not suggest putting cameras up on the house. That was her suggestion. I simply bought them and put them up. As for the computer, she has anxiety about using technology now because she's terrified of what's been going on. She's terrified it's going to happen again. I've told her it shouldn't happen again if you stay on the medication, which has been primarily a bit of a problem in the past because she doesn't want to take the medication sometimes. She gets so emotionally overdrawn that it just puts her in a bad place, and I understand that. But like I said, you guys let me know and I'll move out and you can feel sorry for my daughter. I have the right to be angry because of what's been done to me. I feel sorry for Ruth because she's sick. I honestly do. I feel bad because nobody should have to endure the kinds of things that she has to endure. At the same time, nobody should have to endure humiliation and indignity because of somebody's inability to say that they're sick or recognize that they're doing wrong. You can create whatever arguments you want. You can say whatever you want. I really don't care anymore. I've had this argument in real life. I've had it with people via emails. I'm not trying to demonize Ruth at all. As a matter of fact, Ruth is the one that likes her YouTube channel. Ruth feels that it's a good outlet for her. Mind you, it doesn't matter what I say because you guys think I'm a controlling person. And quite honestly, I'm not a controlling person. If I were controlling, Ruth would never have gotten away with any of the things she was getting away with. I never told her she had to be home. I always asked her to try and be home before dark because we lived in the city where it was particularly rough. Ruth's physical capacities are fairly weak. She cannot defend herself against somebody. She can barely stand up. I had her ex-boyfriend tell me that he knows Ruth better than I think I do. They were only together for a year. I've been together with her for 10. And actually, it's been longer than that. But, like I said, it's not going to matter what I say. You're going to take offense to everything. I am being the responsible person, and I'm being supportive like I've always been. Nobody seems to understand that I don't care what's happened to me. What makes me angry is the fact that my daughter has suffered. What makes me angry even more is that Ruth has had to suffer the indignities of the social stigma that she's acquired now. What bothers me is that I had to uproot my daughter at the very end of the school year before summer vacation because of the things that her illness has caused. We moved to better ourselves. We moved to not live in the same city that we would have to re-experience or possibly have to live under the shadows of all this bad stuff that has happened. And that's fine. But you can't sit here and watch videos on YouTube and actually think you know somebody better than somebody who's experienced a decade with them day in, day out. I am a very loving father. I love my daughter to death. There isn't a thing that I wouldn't do for my daughter. I encourage my daughter as much as I can. I also have my own problems because I'm not perfect. Nobody is. At the same time, do I feel that I'm a victim of Ruth's behavior? No, not really. Do I want to have the problems resolved and possibly have, awareness of the problematic symptoms and behaviors? Yeah, I kind of would. And so would a lot of other people in the mental health community. I simply follow instructions. I do what the doctors tell me to do. Okay? I do what the police tell me to do when they have to come to the house because she's had a mental breakdown again or an emotional breakdown. You can judge me for whatever you want. But the truth of the matter is, I'm still standing by her side. And that takes a pretty strong person. It also takes a pretty mature person to stick around after they've been physically, emotionally cheated on for a decade. There are many things that you're not led aware of because we've kind of been advised to watch what we put on YouTube because of previous videos causing problems. You guys are not getting the whole story. You guys are only getting the tip of the iceberg. I made her a promise. was to make this my last relationship. In other words, to be for a very long time, or forever, if you will. And I plan on keeping my promise, even if she is sick. It's kind of like her physical state. If I have to carry her upstairs because she's in a wheelchair, because she needs to be bathed, or if I need to help her get ready, I don't have a problem with that, because I've never had a problem with that. Matter of fact, that is what I've been doing for 10 years. The ones out there, the people out there that want to, crucify me for feeling angry because I have been betrayed. You can say whatever you want. But nobody likes to be betrayed, and nobody likes to be cheated. Nobody likes to be lied to. Even Ruth will say she doesn't like to be lied to. She doesn't want to feel betrayed. I'm just a dad trying to keep his family together. And I'm just a guy trying to love the person that I made a promise to. We all have our bad days. We all have bad moods. The truth of the matter is that when I met Ruth, I told her she needed to stop with the drugs. She needed to stop with the drinking. I saw how badly it was affecting her. She didn't eat. She just drink and do drugs. Go to the bar, do drugs. She looked sick when I met her. She'd wear so much makeup that you wouldn't even be able to tell. She'd feel nauseous and dizzy all the time because she wasn't eating. The words, if I weren't here or if I didn't come along, she would probably be dead, are actually her words from her own mouth. I honestly don't think of it that way. I believe that she has saved me. As ironic as it might be, I am by far not perfect, and I never claim to be. Do I avoid problems? Yes. Do I like to deal with problems? Yeah, I do. Because dealing with problems, that's how you solve them. But at the same time, you guys are not here when she has emotional breakdowns, or you're not here when she's crying and clutching on because she just needs to feel like she's loved. You're not here for the random fits of tears that come along that she can't explain. She doesn't know why. You don't see everything. And you sure don't know everything or understand everything. That's the one thing you guys don't understand. Those of you that feel that I'm abusing her, you have no idea. She has come after me with knives. She has threatened to kill herself. She has threatened to kill me. And I still love her. I still care about her. Aside from my daughter, I should say daughters, my kids and Ruth are my life. They're everything to me. That's why I am determined to persevere. That's why I'm determined to be supportive. That's why I don't take every slight against me as a personal stab from her. Particularly when she says things like, I should have never picked up the phone when you called, or we should never have had a child together because she's so upset, or you should have just left me alone because I don't deserve it. What do you do when somebody feels like that all the time? What do you do when you have your own baggage to deal with? And it's not to say that my baggage is any more important than Ruth's. I mean, both of our problems and both of our issues that affect us, they both need attention, and they're getting attention. I love her with my soul, and I always have. And it doesn't matter what anybody says, because you don't know how I feel. You don't know how I feel. Yes, I'm angry because I'm betrayed. I'm angry because I was cheated and lied to. But I love her more than that. Does the betrayal and everything that's gone on affect me? Yeah, it does. But you guys don't have the whole background story as to who I am or what I've experienced. So I'll cut it short. I suffered a lot of serious, like very serious physical, psychological, emotional, and sexual abuse as a child. I didn't grow up with my parents. I grew up with everybody else's in foster care. This is why I'm so adamant about being here. Because keeping my family together is more important. And giving Ruth the support that she never had from her own father or from a partner is more important to me than my hurt, my feelings, when it comes to how negatively I observe or view things that have happened. The fact is that Ruth only started this YouTube channel like a year ago. You guys don't understand what I went through trying to help her. She lashed out at me. She has physically assaulted me. She has threatened me with weapons. Before she was on psychiatric medication, she said all sorts of hurtful stuff to me that made me debate whether I was even important. But knowing that she was coming off of medications she had been on for a very long time for pain, I was pretty sure she was going through withdrawals, so I more or less just hugged her while she cried for 2.5 weeks. This channel isn't about me. This channel is about Ruth. And Ruth will cut it off when she wants to. Ruth will make the videos that she wants to make, like she's always done. And quite honestly, it takes a little bit more than people just observing small fragments of people's lives or days to understand what's really going on. It takes a special person to love somebody with borderline. It takes a special borderline to want to get help, because a lot don't. And I'm proud of Ruth. I'm proud of Ruth for all of the things that she's accomplished and she has succeeded in doing or committing to, where she normally would turn away. I'm very proud of her. It pretty much makes my day to see her smile. Because she doesn't do that a whole lot. She doesn't like herself. She hates herself. I've even explained to her that this is not her fault. I understand that it's illness. This is not about me. This is about Ruth. And Ruth needs good support. And if I can give her support amidst my small displays of emotion, whether it be anger, sadness, happiness, then I'm going to continue to do it.